Supplements. What should you take? What do I take? And how important are they? I'm going to go through all of the things that I take on a daily basis to kind of give you an idea of what you could try. But the first thing is, I want to make sure that you understand a principle of how to test things. So any supplement that I take, I deliberately take it for 3 months first, and then I stop cold turkey. And I see, has it had an impact? Do I feel different from not taking it anymore? If I feel an obvious drop in how I feel, energy-wise, sleep-wise, strength-wise, then I will add it back in. If I really don't notice any difference, I will not bother with it again. So the most important thing that I want to tell you, I don't sell supplements, I don't sell anything, I sell t-shirts, and I sell online programs on teaching you how to stretch. The biggest thing that I found when it comes to joint mobility and strength is your training has the biggest impact and your nutrition has the biggest impact. One of the biggest things that I could ever recommend to you is learning more about actual nutrition, what to eat and things to avoid as well. Something I went through in the past was an elimination diet. So for the first 2 weeks, essentially all I ate was steak and broccoli and literally nothing else, like at all. It was miserable. I was allowed salt. And then I started to add things back in. So my nutritionist guided me through that and showed me how much of an impact some silly things can have. So I have a lot of autoimmune conditions which really badly affect my skin, and I actually started to notice if I had bananas, it made my skin flare up. Like, bananas, they're supposed to be healthy. So there's so many little things that can affect your body in different ways, and we are completely different. So you may need to supplement some things, I may need to supplement some things, and those things can be completely different. That's why it's so important to test things. So anything you try, 3 months, do it properly, make sure you actually take it, and then stop cold turkey, see do you feel different, has it made a change to your life in any kind of way, and then decide then, do you want to add it back in. So, without further ado, let's get stuck into all the things that Tom Morrison takes. Never forget, if you're dehydrated, joints don't move as well. Your body loves to be hydrated, so drink more. First things first, antihistamines. Fexofenadine is something I take. Luckily, NHS, I get this on prescription. Oh, this one's not open yet. Hang on. There we go. Ah, did that ever happen to you? You always open it up and it's always at that side with the instructions. So, first things first, I'm allergic to everything. I'm even allergic to my own skin. I'm allergic to dust. I'm allergic to dogs, cats, mice, hens, horses, everything. If I don't take this, pretty much, it's a miserable day for me. So every day, I take my antihistamine. Number 2, something that's called TMG. Now, I used to be a very, very heavy drinker, especially in my teens, and that can affect your liver. Also, because of my autoimmune conditions, when I was going through the hospital, I was actually hospitalized with my skin, and they decided to put me on immunosuppressants. So for a year, I was on cyclosporin, and then they changed me to methotrexate at some point. You had to get regular blood tests and stuff, and it can affect your liver function. So TMG, I heard somewhere, was good for your liver. So I don't know if this one makes a difference for me, but I'm taking it anyway, and it apparently helps with the absorption of the next thing. Next up, we have our folate, so folic acid. This is something that's recommended for women in pregnancy, but it's also something that's recommended to people that are on immunosuppressants because of your bones as well, and repairing cells essentially. So if you're taking stuff that reduces your immune system, it's important to take stuff that's going to help with cells. So it's something that I take. Again, it's a weird one that I just read that it's good. I don't know if it makes a difference. Sometimes I don't take it. I don't notice a difference, but there's always going to be little things like that as well. Now, next one, I really do notice a difference. I have Raynaud's, and that is essentially your circulation can be a little bit messed up. So when it's cold, like, look, I live in Northern Ireland, and the sun today is just glorious, so I'm going to sit outside all day and get burnt. I don't even care, because we never get to see sunshine. It always rains here. So, ginkgo biloba. I take this for my circulation. If I don't take that when it's cold, my fingers essentially go completely white at the top. My feet basically go purple as well. If I don't take this when it's cold, that's what happens. If I do take it, it reduces quite a bit. Now, not all of the way. If it's super cold, it still happens to some extent. But if I don't take it, I really notice the difference. So that's why ginkgo biloba, for me, it supports brain function as well, circulation. But for me, that's one I won't stop taking because I have had a noticeable difference with how I feel when I take that one. Speaking of sunshine, Vitamin D. So I live in a country where it's pretty much grey all the time and rains all the time, so we don't get out in the sun that much. So it's important to supplement vitamin D. If there's something that's missing in your life or in your diet that you could supplement and you don't have a choice to do it through diet or sunshine, then I would recommend it. Also, coffee, a staple. Wait, I forgot to show you something. So, caffeine is lovely. Right back. Woo! Yeah, that's how sunny it is. I'm actually in shorts today. So, caffeine is lovely, but I do notice if I have more than 2 cups of coffee. Another thing that really grinds my gears is whenever people say they need to get hydrated. You need a drink. You need a drink. You don't need to get hydrated. We'll get to this stuff in a second. So, having a good decaf coffee to take, if you really love coffee like I do, I love to have multiple cups of coffee a day. So I'd have 1 or 2 coffees, normal caffeinated coffee, and then I would switch to decaf. I really love this rich hazelnut flavor infused instant coffee. It's a nice one, so it stops me from drinking a million cups of coffee a day to the point that I start shaking. I also really notice if I have too much caffeine, messes with my sleep, and it also messes with my skin too, so I would have a skin flare up if I'm taking too much caffeine. So, important one. Next up, we got my trusty inhaler. So I am asthmatic, so I need to take my trusty inhaler. Planes. Every time I try to go and film, there's planes. Yeah, you better run. Next up, we have our marine-based collagen. This is a big one for me that I have really noticed a difference, and I will not stop taking it for that reason. So it's caught from wild fish. Essentially, it says on the thing, it's for hair, skin, nails, and joints. Now, I never had any joint issues before I started taking this, so I never noticed a difference with my joints. The biggest thing that fixed my joints was fixing my mobility, fixing my movement, and making sure that everything works the way it's supposed to. It's actually my birthday sale this week, so all of my online programs are on sale. But this marine collagen is something that really helped me with my skin issues. So it would completely dry me out. It's like extreme eczema or psoriasis, and it's 100% all over my body. So I get ridiculously dehydrated. And the worst thing about it is as well, it makes me want to pee a lot because my body thinks it's poisoned. So then I'm dehydrated, I can't stop peeing. That's why essentially I got hospitalized with it. So this has really helped me over the years. I notice if I don't take this marine collagen for about a week, my skin starts to flake around my eyelids again, and I start to get really, really dry, absolutely everywhere. So it's something that I've really noticed a difference with. I think my hair might be lovely from it, I don't know. But the skin benefits for me with that has been incredible. So again, try it for 3 months, see if you'll think it makes a difference to you, stop it, see if anything changes, and then make your decision then. Don't take your decisions from me. So this one here, I put 1 scoop in glass, then I add vitamin C supplement, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C there, and then I add a hydration tablet. So this has potassium, chloride, magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, vitamin C, extra vitamin C, but there's only 300 milligrams in that, it's okay, I'll pee it out, it's okay. Niacin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin E, folic acid again, and biotin, vitamin A, and vitamin B12. So I throw this in to the water because it makes, this is unflavored, and I take that with the vitamin C and that, and I also add in creatine to it as well, and I mix it all in. To take my top off, I'm really warm. Another point about creatine that I really like is that I get really bad cramps if I don't take it as often, so it's something that I personally have noticed. I tend to not eat until much later in the day, and if I'm teaching a seminar, for example, I'll not eat because I feel sharper when I don't eat. But what can happen to me around the lunchtime, whenever people are starting to go and get their lunch, if I'm not eating, I start to cramp, especially around my ribs, and again, just from like stress as well, kind of wouldn't make that happen to me. So I really notice when I take the creatine, it does help with that quite a bit, and I do feel a difference strength-wise in the gym. I feel like I can do like an extra pull-up here and there. I just feel a little bit stronger with my lift. So creatine, I really love. Now, key hack, this will probably stick to the side of the glass. So I just push it into the side of the glass with my spoon, mush it in, and then stir it round, and then I drink it. Orange flavored, tastes nice. And it makes sure that I have a good big drink first thing in the day as well. So it's always good when you wake up and do some kind of morning movement, gentle hip stretches, thoracic stretches, something like that, or something that you know you're weak on and you need to improve on, something like that first thing in the morning, and then big drink of water. And if you want to take it while you're taking your supplements, that's a great thing to do. Great way to start the day. So next we have is our sleep. okay? So my sleep, again, not too many of these. Is anyone excited for the new Superman, by the way? Superman? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next Spider-Man movie. So, next one that I take here is prescription one again. It's promethazine. Promethazine? Yeah, that one. So this is another antihistamine, but it's a nighttime antihistamine. I am terrible with sleep. I'm so bad with sleep. So I take this, and it makes me a little bit sleepy, and I combine it with ZM6, well, ZMA. So I take 2 of these with those at nighttime, roughly about an hour before I go to bed, and it helps me sleep. I immediately notice if I don't take those 2 things, I don't sleep. I don't know whether that's in my head or not, but even if it is in my head, it still makes it real. So I take those that help me sleep. I know when I don't take them, I do not sleep at all. I'll be sitting at 3 o'clock in the morning going, I wonder when the new Superman movie's coming out. Don't know where that came from. So yeah. So biggest things I can say to you, learn more about nutrition first, okay? Supplements are to supplement your diet, not to replace it in any kind of way. And again, 3 months, try stuff, see if it makes a difference for you. If you notice a difference to how you feel when you stop taking it, then it's a call to take it. And I would even from time to time, just now and again, stop something for a month and still see, just check in on it, because sometimes you might just feel okay. And again, I definitely noticed I could probably stop taking the ginkgo biloba when it's warm in the summer, but I'm just so used to taking it, and I really love it that I keep taking it. So, yeah, that is my supplements. That's the stuff that I take. I am not giving you any kind of direction or guidance to buy any of this stuff. These are just things that I found helpful for me. I thought I would share it. I thought it'd be helpful. But the most helpful thing about this video, I definitely think, is that idea of test it for yourself, make your own mind up. Somebody might have great results with something, and they might feel amazing because they were lacking in it. And you might not be lacking in it, so it might not actually make that much of a difference to you. So always test things for yourself and make your own mind up for yourself. Good grief, that's warm. I've got roasted creatine. Last things first, make sure that you always keep in mind that people are trying to sell you stuff. So even if you're seeing on podcasts, experts saying about stuff, they might have stocks invested in things, and if the sales of that supplement goes up for them, they make more money. So yeah, make your own mind up about stuff. The only thing that I try and sell you is learning how to stretch and move better so that you can be pain free. So that's a very, very important thing, and you can probably save yourself a fortune. I used to take fish oils all the time, every day, and I believed if I didn't take my fish oils, my knees would hurt, and that used to actually happen to me. And then after I fixed my hips, my knees stopped hurting. I stopped taking the fish oils. Didn't notice any difference. So yeah, careful with this, and be careful when people are trying to sell you things.